Right now, with less than 50 days away from the November election, election clerks are looking to make sure your vote is secure. Also, Janesville police are looking into how a school liaison officer's handgun went off without her pulling the trigger. And Republican gubernatorial candidate Tim Michels defends his company after a report details multiple allegations of harassment and discrimination at his business. Welcome to News 3 Now. We will get to those stories in just a bit, but first, some severe weather has been moving through the area today. Let's check your certified most accurate forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi.
Well, Charlotte, the good news is that severe weather is gone. In fact, the rain is gone across southern Wisconsin, but it is still pretty humid out here. Let's start out by taking a look at visible cloud tracking. You see how those storms blew up right over Madison and then kind of drifted to the south, and now are moving through parts of northern Illinois. But the rain is out of southern Wisconsin. The storm's now moving through the Chicago metropolitan area, where there's a severe thunderstorm watch until 8 p.m. But other than that, most of the Midwest free of precipitation, other than some storms in central Iowa. But 6-hour future track radar shows the potential for some showers and storms to develop north of Madison and maybe move into areas north of the Dells, say after midnight tonight. Dew point temperatures still in the upper 60s to around 70, but as a cold front comes through later on tonight, those dew points and temperatures will drop for tomorrow. Right now, 80 degrees in Madison, but still around 90 in Lone Rock, 92 in Prairie du Chien. Dew point temperatures are high there, and the heat index readings have been in the middle 90s. Across Dane County right now, 79 in Belleville, 81 in Middleton, and 80 in Waunakee. Look for skies to be clear to partly cloudy for this evening. Temperatures dropping off to about 75 degrees by late evening. Again, the humidity and temperatures will drop later on tonight. I'll tell you how cool it'll be for the next few days in just a few minutes.
Nearly 2 years removed from the 2020 election, clerks across Wisconsin are still fighting election deniers. Investigations, audits, even court cases all have disproved those conspiracy theories. Still, a clerk we spoke with today feels a personal responsibility to prove those election results and the next one coming in November will be accurate. McKenna Alexander joins us live in Madison on this National Voter Registration Day. McKenna?
Yeah, we have less than 50 days until the midterm election. And while today is about registering to vote, the Dane County clerk tells me that registration is just one part of many ways that they make sure your ballot is secure. In Wisconsin, election security begins well before you cast a ballot. First, you need to be on file as a registered voter.
You go up to the poll book and you're either in there already or you register to vote and show your ID, show where you live. And then you sign the poll book. And there has to be the same number of ballots in the ballot bin as signatures in that book.
Dane County Clerk Scott McDonald says that poll book can't be compromised.
Sometimes I hear like, oh, it's been stuffed with ballots. Like that can't happen. That has never happened. And, at least in the last 50 years that I know of.
After signing the poll book and filling out your ballot, you feed it into a machine that takes a digital image of the ballot, ensuring a backup of each vote cast. Then after the election has ended, an audit is conducted, where all the ballots of a particular ward are polled, counted by hand, and matched to what was shown on election night. The entire review process can be publicly viewed and is also available online.
So it's actually extremely transparent, the whole process. And very reliable.
Despite Wisconsin's multiple election security measures, it's no secret that skepticism has grown toward the voting process after former President Trump falsely claimed the 2020 presidential election results were wrong. McDonald says he and other clerks are well aware of the rise in distrust and want to reassure every voter that each ballot cast is legitimate.
So I struggle. I sit around thinking, well, if I were a bad guy, what would I do? It's really hard to come up with a scenario where you get into our system and change anything.
A recent Wall Street Journal article reporting a rise in Wisconsin election skeptics volunteering to be poll workers and poll watchers is something seen here in Dane County, according to McDonald. However, he views the trend as a good thing.
And the Republican Party has been active in recruiting people to work, which is perfectly within their right. What we found is once people work in the system, they understand that it works and they trust it. So from our point of view, that's a good thing.
Again, today is National Voter Registration Day. If you haven't registered to vote, you can do so in a couple ways. Just visit myvote.wi.gov.
McKenna, thank you. A GoFundMe set up to support the family of a Monona Grove High School teacher who died unexpectedly last week has raised more than $47,000. Charles Ping collapsed while coaching a tennis match last Thursday and later passed away. He lived in Monona with his wife and 3 children. On Saturday, one of Ping's friends set up a GoFundMe to support his wife and children. You can find a link to the GoFundMe page at channel3000.com. The Janesville Police Department says they found no signs of negligence or criminal action after a school liaison officer's gun accidentally went off. The officer was taking off her backpack in their personal office when a part of the backpack got caught or hung up with the butt of their service firearm. The gun then fired around into the floor. The department is now trying to figure out how it happened.
Rightly so, people have questions, and I think it's our job to try to figure out what happened, make sure that this doesn't occur again, and then rebuild that trust.
Thompson said Smith & Wesson is aware of a similar incident in Detroit where part of an officer's coat caused an unintentional discharge. JPD officials are also consulting with the holster and ammunition manufacturers to learn about any potential defects that could have contributed to the incident. There have been some new revelations in the race for governor in Wisconsin, specifically linked to Republican candidate Tim Michels and his company. Federal court cases spanning over 2 decades allege that female and minority employees of the company, co-owned by Michels, were allegedly subjected to sexual assault and harassment, racial discrimination, and a hostile work environment. In response to the story, Michels tweeted, "These unproven allegations do not reflect the training and culture at Michels Corporation. Harassment in the workplace should not be condoned nor tolerated, nor was it under Michels Corporation leadership." So we know these allegations made headlines, but do we expect them to resonate with voters? Political reporter Will Keneally has those answers.
So Charlotte, we sat down with political scientist Anthony Chergosky of UW La Crosse. He says timing could play a big role here as voters are still making their minds up about Michels right now. The other thing is that this reporting is a knock against Michels' business record.
When we think about Tim Michels' campaign, his business experience has been central to his pitch to voters. He has consistently talked about his business experience and talked about his record in business as a reason why voters should elect him for governor.
So if voters only know him for his record, bad press around his business record could be a liability. Now, if we compare Michels to somebody like Tony Evers, Evers is pretty well known among voters. There's not a lot of wiggle room for Evers to either improve or tank his favorability. Michels, though, his positive and negative numbers are in the 30s. That means that a lot of people don't have an opinion of him yet. Chergosky calls this a soft number, which means that a lot of people could solidify either good or bad views of Michels. And the time is ripe now in the cycle for that to happen.
Meanwhile, on the Democrat side, Senate hopeful Mandela Barnes is removing another law enforcement from a list of endorsements. The Barnes campaign removed the name of Racine County Deputy Sheriff Malik Frazier. A spokesperson for the Racine County Sheriff's Department says Frazier personally supports Barnes in the U.S. Senate race. Officers cannot publicly endorse a candidate according to federal laws. Yesterday, La Crosse Police Captain John Siegel's name was removed from the endorsement list after telling News 3 Now he never endorsed Barnes, despite his name showing up on that list. Governor Evers' administration is trying to limit the levels of PFAS chemicals in the state's groundwater. The Wisconsin State Journal reports the governor authorized the DNR last week to begin work on administrative rules establishing limits. The rulemaking process typically takes at least 2 years. Final rules are subject to approval by the governor, the Natural Resources Board, and the legislature. DNR officials have not said what limits they're considering. Coming up, the Coats for Kids campaign is getting closer to a major mark. Plus, volunteers from Doosan Bobcat do some yard work and landscaping for their community. Stick around.
Stoughton Health's Breast Cancer Risk Assessment can help you understand your personal breast cancer risk and strategies to reduce your risk. The screening is a free service Stoughton Health offers to help women take charge of their health.
These are the faces that smile so wide at the friends and staff who are by their side, where life is lived with a feeling of pride on every bump of life's great ride. that comes from the care that sweetens the air that lives in the house that angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living built with the help of angels.
Find the best and brightest ideas for lighting your home at Menards. Explore our lighting showroom and find your style with more than 1,000 options from Patriot Lighting. Take the guesswork out of finding matching lights and give your home a coordinated look with the Steel Collection. It has an industrial style and adds a distinct rustic look to your home. Pick up this 4-light chandelier for only $124.59 after 11% rebate now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Joe Biden on Medicare for All.
It's going to raise taxes on middle-class people.
Medicare for All would double your income taxes, ban employer-provided and union health plans, and bankrupt Medicare for seniors. Mandela Barnes still supports Bernie Sanders' socialist takeover of your health care.
Medicare for All is the easiest way to get us to universal health care.
Mandela Barnes, more liberal than Joe Biden, way too liberal for Wisconsin.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Stoughton Health's Breast Cancer Risk Assessment can help you understand your personal breast cancer risk and strategies to reduce your risk. The screening is a free service Stoughton Health offers to help women take charge of their health.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. The Coats for Kids campaign is getting closer to the 2,000 tally mark. Here's a look at the latest total. So far, the Community Action Coalition has collected 1,662 coats after collecting 119 coats just the other day. Remember, you can drop off a new or used coat at any area Clinky Cleaners location now through October 8th. You can also go to the Coalition's Amazon wish list to find a selection of coats. We have a link to that list at channel3000.com/coats for kids. Employees of Doosan Bobcat are giving back to the community by doing some yard work and landscaping. It is part of their Doosan Days of Community Service volunteer events. Today, a group of more than 10 employees helped with improvements and landscaping projects at the Rainbow Hospice Care's Inpatient Center.
Doosan has done this, I think, since we've bought this facility in Johnson Creek. So all of our facilities do it throughout North Dakota, North Carolina, and Minnesota too. So we are also going to go to a women's shelter, and then we're also helping pave a bike trail.
Over the course of 2 weeks this month, nearly 300 Bobcat employees in North America will volunteer their time and talents to community efforts, supporting 14 nonprofit organizations in North Dakota, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. After the break, we get a sneak peek at this year's Wisconsin Veterans Museum's Talking Spirit Cemetery Tour. Plus, if you went to the Packer game on Sunday, you may want to check your bank account. Why some people are finding multiple charges for the same purchases. Plus, you may need to bundle up a little bit for Friday night football. Gary has the complete look at your forecast when we come back.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe she could sell her house.
What could go wrong?
Like listing your house, then dealing with all the trouble, expense, not to mention closing costs. We Buy Ugly Houses can buy your house fast for all cash as is with no hassle. Call or click to sell quick.
The more you buy, the more you save during Steinhaffel's Buy More, Save More sale. Start with store-wide savings of 35% or more, and then take an extra $100 off $19.99, $200 off $29.99, or $300 off your purchase of $39.99 or more. Mattresses, sofas, dining, bedrooms, and more. The more you buy, the more you're gonna save. So shop today in-store or online. Relax, it's Steinhaffel's.
It's dangerous up here, and it's no fun shopping around for a reputable contractor.
I've built my company on the promise to treat our customers like we would our own family. That means an honest, no-pressure sales experience, expert craftsmanship, and a lifetime guarantee of our work.
We know Gutter Shutter is the best system for you and your home, and we'd love to show you how it can keep you safe and off that ladder forever. So call us or visit us online to set up your free estimate, and we can show you what Gutter Shutter and the Larson Home Experience is all about.
Your mission: stand up to moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis or active psoriatic arthritis and take it on with Rinvoq. Rinvoq is a once daily pill that tackles pain, stiffness, swelling. For some, Rinvoq significantly reduces RA and PSA fatigue. It can stop irreversible joint damage.
And Rinvoq can leave skin clear, or almost clear, in PSA. That's Rinvoq Relief.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Ask your rheumatologist about Rinvoq Relief. Rinvoq. Make it your mission. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Rinvoq.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
These guys will buy our house without even seeing it.
Online buyers make offers that seem attractive at first, only to lower or cancel at the last minute. We Buy Ugly Houses won't reduce or cancel our firm cash offers before closing. Call or click to sell quick. You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
The Wisconsin Veterans Museum is preparing for its 24th annual Talking Spirit Cemetery Tour. This year's tour, Henceforth and Forever Free, highlights the impact of the Emancipation Proclamation on 5 former slaves who came to Madison after their enslavement ended. One of the 5, John Jefferson, was the grandson of President Thomas Jefferson and his enslaved servant, Sally Hemings.
It's a way to engage our audience and show them that we're not just walking around talking about this headstone or that headstone or who's buried here or who's buried there. We're actually bringing a living person in to talk about what was happening in their lives during this time, how these events affected their lives, and how they move forward with this knowledge.
The tours will take place during the week of October 3rd through the 9th at Forest Hill Cemetery. Candlelit tours will also be held on October 8th, and daytime tours will be held on October 9th. You can just follow the link for more information on channel3000.com. On the field, the Packers' 27-10 win over the Bears was great, but off the field, many fans were hit with multiple charges for the exact same purchase. The payment processor is working to void the duplicate charges, but it's already causing huge headaches with accounts drained and cards declined. Adam Reif spoke with a fan who was impacted.
We bought cheese hats and like a Barbie, which was pretty pricey. It came out to like $60. They charged that 3 times onto my card.
Ashley Estrada and her 13-year-old child were excited to make the drive from Twin Lakes to Lambeau for the home opener against the Bears.
We're having a fabulous time. The Packers won.
Until the drive home. Getting tired, they stopped at a hotel, but their card was declined. That's when Ashley checked her bank statement.
One charge over and over.
Ashley was able to move money from her savings account, and they got the hotel room for the night, but
if I didn't have that in savings, or if someone else didn't have that in savings, I could have left them on the side of the road.
In the morning, she got an email saying she was one of many Packers fans that had incorrect duplicate charges. Hers totaled about $300. The Packers said it was due to a worldwide issue with Freedom Pay, a company that processes payments at venues throughout the country. The duplicate charges may say they're pending, but the Packers say those payments will not be completed. And Freedom Pay is working to void those transactions, but an automated message told Ashley it could be several days, which could cause more problems.
Especially for people that are budgeting for the game. It's not cheap.
Yeah.
You know, this is something that people save for months in advance.
For many, damage has already been done. On social media, dozens of people shared similar stories of drained bank accounts.
I'm holding off on a couple things this week to make up for the money that they took.
Ashley says she will go back to Lambeau, but says she will not use her card there because she's worried that this could happen again. But the problem now, Lambeau Field is entirely cashless. Well, football weather will be making its way here. Before we know it, here's Gary Canalti with your First Warn forecast.
Certainly didn't feel that way today. It was warm and humid. Some areas hot and humid over southwestern Wisconsin, and other areas saw some strong thunderstorms develop. Some of the severe weather reports, a lot of hail reports from Madison on toward the east and then down to the south. A couple of hail reports through Janesville, back toward Dodgeville, and then some wind reports down toward the Illinois state line. In fact, 55-mile-per-hour wind gusts reported in South Beloit night, just before 4 o'clock. 1 inch in diameter hailstones just northeast of Mineral Point, and a little over 1 inch in diameter hailstones, about the size of a $50 over towards Slinger. But you can see on high-resolution radar, the rain is gone now. It's down across northern Illinois and racing through the Chicago area. And at this point, nothing upwind, nothing going on up here, other than a couple of showers and thunderstorms trying to develop across parts of central Minnesota and northwestern Wisconsin. And future track radar over the next 6 hours shows perhaps a narrow line of showers and thunderstorms moving through mainly central Wisconsin. So areas north of Madison could see a shower or thunderstorm later on tonight, but they should be quick moving, should not be severe. And at this point, I think they'll be gone by sunup. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Look for cooler weather to arrive, especially by Thursday and Friday, with high temperatures only around 60 degrees. Tomorrow will be in the lower 70s, but there will be a brisk northerly wind. Mild for Saturday. Sunny skies return, high temperatures in the lower 70s. Back to the middle 60s on Sunday with a slight chance for showers. We're looking for dry weather from Monday through Friday of next week, with high temperatures climbing to around 70 by the end of the week. Tropics heating up in a hurry. We have Hurricane Fiona we've been talking about. Now we have Tropical Storm Gaston in the central portion of the Atlantic Ocean, but that's not going to affect anybody. And then this area of disturbed weather has about a 60% chance of development into a named tropical system over the next 48 hours. So we're going to take a look at Fiona, a powerful Category 3 hurricane with maximum winds of close to 120 miles per hour, increasing in intensity as it races to the to the northeast, and then eventually northerly into the Maritimes around Canada. Look at this, 100-mile-per-hour winds over by Prince Edward Island as that storm continues to weaken as it moves northward, but still has very strong winds. And then the rain starts changing to snow on the northern edge of the storm as it moves into colder air. Across our part of the Midwest, these showers and thunderstorms right along a warm front, but this cold front to the north and west will pretty much put an end to the warm and humid weather. Behind the front, those temperatures drop off from 90 in Minneapolis to 70 in Fargo, North Dakota. If we look for partly cloudy skies overnight, again, a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm north of Madison, 69 to Forest, 71 in Oregon. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 65 in La Crosse, 70 in Platteville, and 70 for the overnight low temperature in Monroe. Tomorrow should be a variably cloudy, breezy, and cooler day, also less humid with a high temperature of 72 degrees, and the 7 to 10 day forecast drops our high to 60 for the first day of fall on Thursday, 59 on Friday, just a slight chance for a shower then. Saturday should be dry with sunny skies, highs around 71, 65 on Sunday, a slight chance for a shower, and then dry weather for most of next week. High temperatures lower 60s Monday and Tuesday, back up to around 70 by Thursday and Friday.
Badgers are just days away from facing their toughest opponent yet, Ohio State. We're going to hear from QB1 on facing the Buckeyes defense when we return.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Now's the perfect time to get your roofing project off the ground with Feldco. As the seasons change, you want to be sure your house is ready for the harsh Midwestern weather ahead. For just $279 a month, you can protect your home and your family with a new Feldco roof. So get your fall started off on the right foot today with Feldco.
Roofing for $279 a month and soon. Hurry, call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco. Get up and go!
You heard the Jingle Man, Wisconsin. That means it's time to get a versatile, rugged, athletic SUV that makes you feel like you just won a title. Again. Honda was just crowned KBB.com's best value brand for the 7th year in a row. So get up and go to your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin. Bring it home, Songbird.
Get up and go!
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Look, we knew the other side would make up lies about me to scare you. Now they're claiming I want to defund the police and abolish ICE. That's a lie. I'll make sure our police have the resources and training they need to keep our community safe. And that our communities have the resources to stop crime before it happens. I'll bring back manufacturing. And I'll pass a middle-class tax cut. And if that's too scary for Washington, then so be it. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
New Salonpas Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salonpas, it's good medicine.
It's been helping teens succeed in sobriety in school for 18 years.
Tomorrow, Josh Ryder shares how you can help Horizon High School continue its mission.
And temperatures could soon struggle to get out of the 50s. Have your forecast tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
Wisconsin is just a few days away from its toughest test of the season thus far. The Badgers are on the road in Columbus facing third-ranked and undefeated Ohio State. While the Buckeyes are posting some insane numbers on offense, defense not seeing the same. The Buckeyes rank 7th in the conference for both average points allowed per game and average yards allowed. Could bode well for the Badgers offense. Graham Mertz coming off a career-high game where he threw for 251 yards, the team scoring 9 touchdowns from 5 different players. Regardless what OSU's stats show, Mertz and company are not underestimating them.
Great defense. Up front, really strong, really physical. In the back end, really quick. Really good in coverage. They got a bunch of guys that have been making plays, good linebacker group. I mean, they're solid all around. They got a really good scheme. You can tell their coordinator does a good job of really coaching them up and knowing the details of their schemes. So it'll be a really fun week for me, just prep-wise, really diving into that and diving into their schemes.
Kickoff in Columbus is set for 6:30 on Saturday. And don't forget to tune in to this week's Badger Blueprint. Zach and Jim Polzine will break down everything Badgers and Buckeyes Wednesday night. That's during News 3 Now at 10. Wisconsin Wrestling dropped its Big Ten schedule this afternoon, and there's going to be some clutch duels happening at the Fieldhouse this winter. Badgers will host Penn State, Purdue, Iowa, and Minnesota. The first home conference duel is set for January 6th against Penn State. Iowa will be a couple weeks after that with the border battle in February. As for the season opener, Badgers will begin on the road against Chattanooga on November 5th. The Packers definitely felt the absence of Allen Lazard and Elton Jenkins in Week 1, but thankfully, Aaron Rodgers didn't have to go another game without them. Both players returned just in time to beat the Bears in their home opener. Didn't take long for both Lazard and Jenkins to positively impact that game. Number 12 had lots of praise for these two on the Pat McAfee show this afternoon. Rodgers sharing how proud he is of Jenkins coming back from his knee injury, the comfort level with both of them on the field.
There's definitely some more comfort with 13 and 74 back out there. Just understanding body movements and the way that Allen runs his routes. Allen shows up way more than just in the measurable stat sheet, though. But I think that's one point to always remember about him. He's very valuable in a bunch of different ways. He's such a smart player.
Smart player.
Smart player. That he is.
Okay. And Gary's here with a final check of your forecast.
Well, the rain is gone. Let's take a look at the live view from the WISC Skycam. The clouds are gone, too. You can see them far on the eastern horizon there. The Platteville Queen Bee Radio Skycam not showing any clouds at all. The showers and thunderstorms now moving through the Chicago area. 6-hour future track radar, though, shows the potential for a few showers and thunderstorms well north of Madison overnight, but I think most areas will stay dry. Current temperature is still 80 in Madison, 90 in Lone Rock, and 91 in Prairie du Chien. To the east, where there's been cloud cover and some showers, temperatures mainly in the 70s. Across Dane County, temperatures around 80 in Cross Plains, 81 in Mount Horeb, but 78 in Deerfield and 79 in Sun Prairie.
All right, Gary, thank you. And thank you for joining us this evening. Have a great night, and we'll see you back here at 10.